to Mattys Mental Health Podcast, aiming to spread awareness on mental health by sharing the real-life stories of those who've experienced it firsthand.
We are started.
Holy fuck.
Today,
Hi.
here with my friend Damon.
Hello. So, dude.
How you doing tonight, man?
Tonight?
Tonight?
Good, yeah,
Today?
with you?
Good, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
It's good to hang out. We've known each other for a while. I actually coached you in football years ago in high school football.
Fun
How
time.
many years ago was that now? 4 or 5? 3 years ago?
It was a couple. It was like 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Good year.
Good year. Yeah, and then your roommate Bailey, who's here too, he actually helped me the first couple episodes of this podcast with the production and filming and with my other podcast too, and he played on the team as well. I coached that year with you.
Yeah.
So it's funny how things come around in a
Yeah.
circle. You
Never
know?
thought whenever I played with him that I'd be moving in with him, but
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah. I never thought I would ever start a podcast.
That's
and
true,
then,
yeah.
let alone have you guys on it and stuff. So
That is true. Never
Yeah.
thought I'd be on a podcast.
yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
So how you been doing lately, man?
Honestly, just I work, I sleep, and I pay a couple bills every now and then. That's about it, honestly.
Eat, work, sleep, repeat.
I take a couple bathroom breaks every now and then.
Take some vitamins.
Yeah, vitamin C everywhere she's at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good, man.
I actually have pills for them too.
Do you?
Yeah, the little orange pills.
It's real,
Tastes
man.
like oranges.
Vitamin C deficiency is real.
Is it?
In the winter months?
I
So,
knew that. That's
I'm
why I bought them.
I'm happy for you.
Thanks, man.
It's good to see you, man. I don't really know your story.
Yeah, most people don't. They wouldn't
yeah.
really expect it, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just kind of have to like. I put a smile on most of the time. Well, not really anymore, but I used to whenever I was in school.
Yeah.
You know, like, I used to get called down to the office a lot because there would be, like, what are they called? Social workers? Yeah, social workers. They'd be there. It's kind of embarrassing that, like, you know, whenever you're in grade 6 and 7, 8, 9, there's, like, people come to visit you and ask you how you're doing. It's like, I don't really want that. You know, you want to be popular. You want to talk to everybody, like, normally. But they're gonna look at you differently if they're getting called to the office every second day. And I think that's where, like, a lot of my trust issues came from, is I'd have a new one every fucking day. They wouldn't send the same person, say that. And again, like, what I'm going to do right here is what I do to them. I just tell them and keep telling them and tell them. I just kept telling them, and they'd just be like, oh, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be like, yeah, I bet you won't, though. And then, like, nope, they wouldn't come back. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a lot of different social workers.
I probably can name, like, 10, but I'm not going to just because privacy and all that. But
Yeah, of course.
I could easily name 10 right off the top of my head, which
Yeah.
usually it's one per family.
Right.
So it's weird.
Right. So were they talking about like problems at home?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And
They'd
stuff
just be
like that?
like, what's happening at home or something like that. I'd straight up tell them, and they'd just be like, oh, we'll help you with that and all that. And I'd just be like, sure. But it didn't change.
That must have been hard to deal with, being a kid.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. A lot of times, like, I don't know, I just go to school. Well, a lot of times I wasn't allowed to go to school, so it's pretty fun. Yeah, it's like a lot of kids don't want to go to school, but that was like my away place. So
This is your break.
yeah, it was my break, and then like, I don't know, it was just weird to explain that, like, I just wasn't allowed to go, and then like, whenever I got there, I didn't want to be there. I don't know, it's weird. You just want to be outside of the house, I guess.
You want to get out of the house, but then when you got there, you're like, ah, shit,
It's
this.
fucking school.
Yeah.
And then you also realize in the back of your head there's going to be a social worker coming today to talk to you. And then, like, the
Yeah.
guidance counselor also wants to talk to you. It's like, holy shit. Everyone wants to fucking talk to you. You must feel popular or something. But at the end of the day, no. Not really.
Yeah. So at that point, you probably, like, you just wanted a break. It was like,
Oh, yeah. A lot of times I was just like, fuck this, you know. Like, Like, I think I ran away a good, like, a lot of time. I don't even know how to explain that. Funny news is I lived into the forest. Not the forest. There's, like, this ball diamond in Cornwall, and there's trees back there. Me and my brother ran away, and we lived in there for a week.
A week?
A week.
What did you eat?
Foods at school.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just went to school every day?
It was like a half an hour to an hour walk to Elliott River from like the North River, like you know where the what's that thing that just got teared down? The old rink.
Yeah.
Yeah, like up the road from there.
Oh.
Yeah, there was like then I just walked Elliott River. I didn't, Now I know there's buses that like on that route. There's buses all the time. Could just hopped on one of them, but no, I walked to school every day.
Right.
So that was a pretty good time. I'm pretty sure, like, if you still went back there, you could, we made a little, like, tree fort type thing. And, like, it's honestly pretty cool. I'd go back there and live there again. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
And then, my mom called the school, wondering if I was still in school and all that. And, one day they showed up and I was at school, so kind of forced to go home. But I went back, of course. But, kept happening over and over again. And then my brother got sent to a foster home out in like Trackety, and then I was just stuck there by myself. So like I didn't really feel like spending nights in the fucking forest by myself, or whatever they're called, the woods. Yeah, the woods. Yeah.
So how old were you guys when you were living out there for that week?
Under 12. I was under 12. He was like 15, 16.
Oh, he was older.
Yeah, yeah. He has a son now, or no, daughter. Yeah, he has a daughter now. Lives in Nova Scotia. He's 23 now.
So was he kind of like a leader in that sense? Like he was like
At the time,
we gotta get out of here. Let's go live in the woods and like help you.
Yeah, we both need to get out of there, and we just kind of said, gotta go, kind of thing. A lot of the times, one night I remember we walked down. From Elliott River, we walked down to where the carnival type thing is down at Red Shores.
Yeah.
We walked all the way down there, and then we spent the night on a bench just downtown. It's pretty cool. Pretty cold, and there was a homeless guy just looking at us the entire time. I remember that pretty good. I don't know, it's weird that you have like memory for like the weirdest things. Yeah. Then you can't remember what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm sure a lot of those things are pretty memorable, like sleeping outside and stuff.
Yeah. Fun times.
Was it ever like super cold?
Yeah, a couple times. Like, there were a couple times we tried to go back to that same spot. Because, like, before we made that little hut type thing, we always went back to that same, it's like a baseball diamond. And we'd sleep in, like, I don't know what they're called. Diamond? No. Little hut things at the baseball diamond. And one time it was, like, snowing out and stuff like that. It was pretty cold, but I don't know. We always got through it. I don't know. Stuff like that.
And snow. You're roughing it out there. Couple of campers.
Yeah. Whenever someone tells me they went camping, I was like, but you didn't, though.
Yeah.
Try my camping. I don't think I could do that anymore. I don't know. I wouldn't want to anyway.
Right.
And then, just like, after the football season that we met, the year after that, I lived out of my car for like 4 months whenever I first got it. Because my mom got a new boyfriend, and I just wasn't a big fan of him at the start. And I just didn't want to be in the same house as him, so
yeah,
lived out of my car. And then I moved in with my friend Riley.
Right.
And then I moved in with my roommates now. Or like, I guess, back in February.
Sorry, I just gotta exit this. I don't know what this is. You mind just pulling this up a little bit? I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow, man. That's pretty. It's pretty wild. Like sleeping outside and stuff.
Yeah.
You definitely don't have to just talk about it as much as you want to.
I'm pretty open book at this point, just because like I said, I always talked about it with like social workers. So like, I'm used to talking about it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it's not over and done with, but like it's still in the back of my head 24/7. But my brother, on the other hand, he hasn't never said anything that ever happened to us. So he has a lot of built up like anger issues.
Yeah.
So drugs is what he's into right now, and he always will be probably. Really scared for his child just because I've been hearing some things about what he's been doing. So
Yeah, man. That's it's not never good to bottle things up. It
No.
never leads to a good place.
yeah, no. That's why I just decided to open up. I guess I don't know. At first, I was exactly like him. I wouldn't talk about it and stuff like that. But in like grade 6, I was like, I had enough of it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I just got up and left, and I haven't seen my dad since then.
Okay.
So yeah,
Sorry.
it's all right.
Do you want to talk about some of the stuff that happened
Yeah, sure.
that led to all this?
So this is gonna be really weird. Do you remember Robert Gibbs by any chance, or something like that?
Robert Gibbs.
He was like a PI, like, what are they called? Election person. I don't know what it was. It's really weird that I remember this, but like the night we went there, we met him at the Confederation, whatever it's called, spot where you like meet people. I don't fucking know. I'm real dumb. We met him, and I just remember going home, and like that's like, I don't know what happened, but my dad was like a totally different person that day. That's why I remember it so well. But like, I just remember like that's when like basically I was like, I think I was 4 or 5, and my mom worked every fucking day of her life, and my dad had diabetes, so he couldn't work. You know.
Yeah.
Good excuse.
Yeah.
So he was always home. He was like a stay-at-home dad type deal, but he would just beat the shit out of us, honestly. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
And I just remember that day we met Robert Gibbs. That's why I never liked him. Anytime he's like the Justin Trudeau of PI.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime I'd see him, I'd be like, I don't like you. But he has no problem in it. But I just remember that day. And I don't really remember too much, just because I refuse to remember it. But like, I think back in like grade 5 or something like that, we moved from downtown into Cornwall, and that's whenever I started going to the Elliott River. And I just remember going home one day after school and like seeing my dad beating the shit out of my mom, and like I just remember having him him having her by the throat and like just throwing her around. I just remember that, and like I think that's why I have such a strong connection with my mom, just because like she was like always there for me. She went through the exact same stuff I went through. And one day, whenever my brother got sent away to the foster homes, me and my aunt went to visit him. And my dad got really upset that I went and visit him out there, because like I think he's just really scared that we would tell somebody what was happening. And he tried to like stab me with a fork.
Really?
Yeah. And he went to the store that night. My mom was at work. I hopped on a bike. I drove a bike from the fire hall in North River to North Rustico to my aunt's place. And like I said, that was the last time I ever saw him.
Really? So, did you move out at that point? Like?
Oh yeah. Like I told my aunt everything that happened from that point, and she called one of the social workers that I knew at the time, and she said if nothing else is done, my aunt will go there and just kill him herself. So at that point, the cop stepped in and all that. He only went to jail for like 2 months for like harassing 2 kids and a woman for 6+ years. I think it should have been a lot more than 2 months, but yeah, I'm glad I haven't saw him since then.
Yeah.
But my brother stayed in contact with him for like 3 months after I ran away, or like I left that day. I still don't know why. I don't know why.
Right.
So, yeah, that was not gonna go too much into detail of everything I saw, but that was my like grade 6 and down. And then I lived with my grandparents and my aunt back and forth. I got really fucking fat. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got like I ate it with my aunt all the time. She like spoiled the hell out of me. So
Right.
before grade 6, I was skinny. I never ate. I played soccer. I was good as hell at soccer. Really good. I'm proud of myself for that. My first ever season playing soccer ever. I had like 40 plus goals, mind you. You know, it was like kid soccer, but
Killing that shit.
oh yeah, destroying it. Grade 7 was really hard for me because that all just happened. I live with my grandparents now.
Big transition.
Big transition, and like I said, I just got fat. So like everyone that knew me from grade 6 summer going into grade 7 were like, "Why you got fat as shit?" And I was like, "You know how it be, you know."
Yeah.
Um,
This aunt's got some good hookups, bro.
yeah.
We're hitting up maids every other day,
Yeah,
bro.
literally. And no, my aunt's like, she's like a second mom to me. My grandmother, she passed away 2 years ago, and she was like my other mom too, because I lived with her growing up and like all that stuff. They were always there for me. And but my aunt, no, she's a beast. I like her. Started smoking weed. What a fucking gal she is.
It's legal.
I know, right?
Yeah.
She loves it.
For her.
Going into grade 8, I was fed up with school. I was fed up people telling me that I was getting fat and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't too happy with my own appearance, honestly, myself. So I dropped out in grade 8, like halfway through it. Didn't hear anything from school that entire half the year of grade 8. Shut up. And grade 9, didn't go. I went one day in grade 9. They just kept pushing me along. And then, of course, they started to get involved in grade 9. They were like, you got to try and come back and all that. I kept telling them, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. Didn't want to go.
So what were you doing in that time?
Playing video games, my guy.
Living the good life?
Oh, yeah. That's how I got as big as I am.
What was your video game of choice?
Good old Call of Duty.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Me too, man. I was just like when you tell me this, I don't mean to like distract you from your
No,
story.
it's
but,
good.
like,
It's fine.
grade 8 and 9, man. Wouldn't have took too much convincing for me not to go to school,
Yeah,
bro.
literally,
Play Call of
though.
Duty.
No, it was bad.
Yeah.
I don't feel like if I didn't get into video games, I wouldn't have dropped out. But like, I'd stay up. Even when I was in grade 7, I'd stay up till like fucking 5 in the morning and sleep for an hour and go to school.
Yeah.
It was not great. So like one morning, I was like, my mom was telling me to go to school. I was like, nah, I'm okay. I'm gonna keep playing this. She was like, no, and I was like, yeah, okay, we'll see. We'll see about that. Didn't go back to school for a year and a half.
Right.
Mind you, I got real fucking good at it. Really good. And I don't play it anymore, so don't do that.
Yeah.
Anybody that's watching, don't do that.
Unless you plan on, you got the streams now. I think
I know. I wish I was into that when I was younger.
you start streaming and make a bunch of the kids making money and stuff, like all the major league stuff.
I could be on like a Rage compilation back in the day. I'd like throw things and punch holes in the wall if I died. That was really bad.
I don't know.
Anyway, like they pushed me along. They kept pushing me along. I shouldn't have graduated, but I did. I got my grade 12. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Grade 10, they sent me the alt ed. And if anybody knows where that is, it's behind Charlottetown Rural. It's where like kids don't want to. It's for kids that don't want to go to school, and they're really into drugs and stuff like that. So I didn't really fit in, but like I did because like during grade 8 and 9, whenever I'd be at home, my brother was also dropped out. He doesn't have grade 12, but he'd always have his friends over, and they'd just be doing all types of drugs and drinking and stuff like that. So I started smoking weed with them. Oh, by the way, the first time I smoked weed was in grade 3.
Really?
Yeah, because my brother was just getting into East Wilshire in grade 7, and that's whenever it started like being a thing. I think I just remember him being like, "You want to try this?" And I was like, "Sure." I thought I heard a dog barking at me, but it wasn't a dog. I don't know. I think it was a woman. Sounded like a dog though. Same thing. But no, like in grade 8.
Similar sounds.
Exactly. Grade 8 and 9, they my brother would always have people over. I got shot with a BB gun a lot. It was pretty fun. Fun times. But in grade 10, there were like all the druggies that I would hang out with, all dead. And I got my first girlfriend there, and that's what probably like helped out a lot because like I got out of the house.
Yeah.
And I don't know, hate her now. You just can't. Won't lie to you.
Maybe we'll cut that out. I'm just kidding.
It's an idea. I don't think she'll see this anyway. But no, at the time though, like she helped me. I don't think I'd be like what I am now. Like people at work know me as like the fun person. Like I'll just run around the store butt ass naked if I need to make
Right.
someone's day.
Sometimes you need to.
Yeah, like but like I'm almost never serious at work though.
Yeah.
But like if I feel like if I didn't meet her, if I didn't date her, I don't think that would have happened.
Yeah.
So I got out, I walked like from like Cornwall to the Charlottetown Mall just to see her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that helped me lose a lot of weight. I think I lost like 50 to 60 pounds just knowing her.
Wow.
So, because like I'd rather hang out with her than eat. So, because I used to eat a lot of ice cream. I am now lactose free. No, is that what it's called?
Lactose intolerant, lactose free, just means you don't eat it.
Yeah, I can't, or else I'm going to be smelling like a barn. But yeah, like I finished alt ed by the very
Skin your teeth.
yeah. I got 350s on my report card from grade 10. Grade 11, I just remember walking in. They sent me back to Bluefield. I remember walking into the first classroom and just seeing my 3 friends that I knew from like grade 8. And that I was just like, I'm going to do this. I remember being like, I'm going to go across that stage. And I did. But the first week I was in Bluefield, some guy like went up to me and like threw a fake punch, and I just because I was still in alt ed and there was a lot of fights at alt ed, I just started going off on him, and I got suspended for a little bit, and then halfway through grade 11, I got into a couple fights and all that, but nothing major, I guess. Other than that, in grade 11 is when my mom found her new boyfriend. And my brother and him did not get along at all. And my brother got kicked out. And then I remember him wanting to get rid of my dog too. So like in the back of my head, I was just thinking he wanted to get rid of everything that I liked. And I just decided to leave too. As soon as I got my car, I was like, I'm done. And I lived out of my car for I think it was 4 or 5 months. I would shower at school and just eat, because at the time I was working 48 hours a week overnight at Superstore, and I'd go to school until like 3 in the afternoon. Then I'd work 11 to 7:30 every day.
So was this like during grade 11 or 12?
It was going into grade 12, so it's pretty fun. I made a lot of money, but I spent a lot of it on alcohol. But yeah,
That must have been, man, no sleep.
No, I barely slept. I slept like maybe like 4 hours, maybe if I could. I usually slept in my car, like in some random like field.
And go to Superstar all night. So that's how you kind of like supported yourself when you were living on your
I
own?
didn't have to work 48 hours, but they needed somebody really bad, and I said I'd do it. So
Yeah.
stuck through it for a year.
For a year?
Yeah, I was there for 9-10 months. Then I finally moved back to day crew, and I hated it. So
Moved back where?
to days, I worked in the meat department, and that was terrible. And I started working at No Frills, and I'm still there.
Okay. So, was that when I knew you? You were doing nights? When I coached you in football, were you doing nights?
I think the day in Surrey, whenever we had our like semi-championship finals, I think I got the job that day.
Oh.
So it wouldn't have been like right away, no. But I did live out of my car then, though. Yeah. I would never drive my car to practices or anything like that, just because I don't know why I wouldn't. I'd always like park it away and then walk to practice. Pretty fun. I got drives a couple of times by people. I think I just didn't want people to know that I lived out of my car. Because if you saw my car, you knew I lived out of it, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It just had everything in it. Bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
So I always parked it far away, or like I'd ask them to come pick me up at this address and pretend that it was my house.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So
Yeah, that's your story.
that's like, yeah, that's
So
some of it anyway.
That's fair.
Yeah.
How's your journey been dealing with all this?
I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, I've always been pretty upfront about it. If someone asks me, I'm just like, "Do you have a couple hours to sit down and I'll talk about it?" Like, I don't know. I'm not like into hiding it. I don't think you should keep things bottled up. Because if you do, like, you'll end up like my brother, and he's doing drugs. He has a kid, and he's treating the kid apparently like my dad. So, kind of scary about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm quite the opposite of him. I'm pretty set for now anyway. I'm just working. And I have my own place with a pretty decent person. He's kind of dumb at points. Hey?
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
He can come down.
He's a nice fellow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever end up going to therapy or anything like that?
Not therapy, no. One of the social workers had a therapy thing on the side. He asked me if I wanted to come to it. I was like, what, so you can just not talk to me after a session? And he kind of got offended by that, I guess. I don't know. Then he again, didn't come back after I said that. I was a dick of a child. Just because, like, I kept going through them all. And after the third one, I was like, are you going to come back tomorrow? And, no, they never came back. It was weird.
Yeah, so it was like the trust thing.
I think that's like, whenever I was in grade 11 or 12, I always wanted to become a social worker, but I didn't put in enough like effort in school for the schooling, so I don't have the classes. And there's a hair in my lens here. Yeah, I didn't have the schooling for it, so like I might go back and upgrade still if I want to. But, like, I don't know. I wouldn't leave a kid that told you something like that.
You definitely could, man, if you wanted to.
I know.
I'm sure you could give a lot.
I'm just scared. Like, if a kid said that to me, I'd blow up. Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would not be good because I do have a pretty short temper.
Yeah.
Just because of the stuff I went through.
Yeah.
But I would, though. I would like to make a impact on kids' lives.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a different way would be better, though.
Yeah. Well, I think sharing this story, hopefully, someone sees this that will relate.
I hope no one can relate, but if they can, hope it does help them out a little bit.
Yeah. 100%. Is there anything that you do that helps you cope with it, or what have been the biggest things that help you kind of get through what you went through?
Not gonna lie to you, those video games really did help.
Really?
Yeah, not gonna lie. If I didn't have that for like that amount of time, I don't know what I would have did. Like, thinking back, I don't know. Like, I feel like I would have got into drugs and stuff like that. Not saying that you have to get a girlfriend, but obviously that helped me a lot.
Help with your confidence, help with relationships, help you get out of the house.
Yeah. Helps boost your self-esteem and all that.
Yeah.
Makes you not feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't suggest getting a girlfriend. I would just suggest finding a friend that like could help you that way.
Yeah.
Because girlfriends can bring their own stress.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't know. I didn't really find anything else besides those two things.
Is opening up like this something you try to do regularly, or has something you have done regularly?
I do it quite regularly, yeah. Like, there's just moments. There's nights that I'm just sitting there, like, I'll just start spewing out stuff to people. And I don't really know, like, why, but I just tell them. and they just don't really know how to react to it and stuff like that.
It make you feel better after though?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, kind of makes them feel uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
doesn't really like change anything for me though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It just kind of feels the same because like the amount of times I've told the social workers,
Yeah.
it's just like it's pretty normal for me at this point.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, man. Well, like, I'm glad that you opened up. You decided to open up when you're a kid. I mean, like, man, that's such strength at such a young age to do everything you did, and then like leave your house, grade 6, and then
I don't know. Like looking back, I really don't think my mom would have left the situation she was in, and it could have only gotten worse. So, I know it's gonna sound weird, but like I'm glad I decided to do it.
yeah,
And my mom's like, I don't know, she like lost her shit at first, but like literally like 2 months later, she was like, that was the best thing you ever did.
yeah,
And I think that's why I'm like so easy to talk about it. It's because like I've done everything to like get away from that,
yeah.
and I'm proud of that. So
You should be, man. That's awesome.
thank you.
Such strength at like such a young age. Where like, I don't know, like you don't even. When you're that young, like it's hard to even comprehend anything. It's hard to
I know, it's
comprehend
literally, like-
comprehend life.
I play some video games. I wake up and like that's all like I ever thought about back then.
Yeah,
That's what most kids do think about. They don't think about having to like wake up and deal with that. So
exactly.
I don't know. A lot of things that could go into detail, but I don't know. It's just I wouldn't want to kind of thing
Right.
for this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Long bike drive though. It was like 3 hours.
Tough, man.
Yeah.
Putting in an endurance race.
I
Getting a
don't
marath-
even remember it though. Like I went up a lot of hills and all that, and like I think it was just because the adrenaline I had. It didn't feel like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Then whenever I got there, I just started bawling in front of her,
Right.
and she got me into the shower and talked outside, so I didn't hear any of it.
Yeah. Right on, man. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
Is there anything else you'd like to say before we head it off?
Black Ops 2 was pretty good.
Black Ops 2, that was your game?
That was my game.
Yeah.
Not anymore, but you gotta grow up sometime, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I got into streaming.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope.
Made some money on it. Still could, dude. What's stopping you? Got a production artist upstairs.
Yeah, this is true. That's his dream, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always want to make like videos of like raging and stuff like that.
Do it, man. He's
Shit.
got a camera. You
This
got
is
some
true.
walls you can break a punch.
Put my fucking head through a wall.
Oh, yeah. Maybe a fist. Need the brain.
Maybe both at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Again, just
Other than that, no. There's nothing much I can add to that. Just I would not trust the PEI social workers. Let's just say that.
yeah,
I would not trust them. I would only speak to someone that actually cares about you. And they'll get it done for you.
yeah. It's unfortunate that experience. Like, who knows what was going on? Like, why did they switch? It doesn't.
I have no clue. I don't know, like, if they were just bad or not. I have no clue. Hopefully it's better now. I
Yeah.
hope that.
It could have been a flaw in the system, like, whatever was going on. I don't know. Who knows, man?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't really know how it works, but
Me either.
yeah, man, you're strong. You're a strong guy. You're a strong kid, and yeah, thank you so much, man,
Thank you very much, too.
for doing this. I really appreciate it. It's always
Yeah.
good to see you. Good catching up.
Love you.